Got it running. All right, I'm about to get started. Hit that like, share the show, etc. Finally got my act together, sort of. Almost. All right. Let me see if I can get going. I'm just gonna come in straight with the. I got it somewhere here with the chat room. Because hi guys, welcome to the show. Sorry, I think we're up on Instagram though. That I solved that issue. It was one of those situations where I was like, I'm gonna give it a try, and I started tapping away at it, and then it started working. That's the problem. When it's at the beginning of the show, when I'm putting it together, and I'm like, oh, it's possible. Therefore, I must make it happen. And we're live on Instagram as well, and my overhead light is still on, like a complete. I'm a professional streamer now. Remind yourself, professional streamers don't let this happen. They don't have overhead lights on. Come on. Hi, chat room. Welcome to the greatest live stream in the history of live streams and live show. I am live, which is, I think, in and of itself, hold on one second. Oh, good Lord. Oh, so good. All right. I need to show you something. Okay, so, I have a couple of issues, chat room. Well, that's enough to get into those issues themselves. But, open link in new tab. There it is. Excellent. Now, I am, one of my big issues is, I love me some conspiracy theories. Oh, I dig down into those kind of things. Like, I love a good thought experiment, left, right, and center. I can go up and down. I'll chase you all around the block with a yeah, but, and yeah, and when it comes to, any kind of conspiratorial thinking. Can you scare me up one of those chocolate donuts with little sprinkles on it and a cup of coffee while you're thinking? The Fugitive, such a good movie. But so chat room, I'm curious. I have a few favorite conspiracy theories, and they're not the usual suspects. Facebook browser, uh-oh. Is there something going on over there? All right, I will see what I can do. They probably just decided they don't like me. It's the they, the them. They're theming me again, which is entirely possible. And I don't say, look, here's the thing. Unlike these other sucks that are out there, nope, it looks like I'm up on Facebook. Yeah, we're all good. Substack says it's unable to connect, but I don't think that's true. Are we up on Substack? I'm gonna check with the beloveds. No Substack. Okay, well let's start from scratch on the sub and the stack and the big what to doing. There they again. For those that think that this was on my part. This was a typo or something. I meant my title for today's show. Okay, I'm saving it, and then it's going in there, and we shall see if the stream key is working. Unable to connect. All right, we'll turn it off. Turn it back on. What do you think? Unable to connect. Oh, offline, sending data. 3, 2, 1. Bam! Come on, substacking. There we are. We're substacking right now. Look at that. I got all the channels flying. All right, now, which obviously, the Illuminati, Deep State, Pentaveret does not want me live. They don't want you to restack me over there, like piggybacked Legos. They don't want it. Same thing with Facebook. They don't want my face in places. They're trying to. The man is trying to keep me down. You buying it? Most of the people that watch this aren't subscribed. Therefore, I am being hidden from the thing. Something like that. Anyways, I have a bunch of favorites. I'm curious. Chattage. I have no Facebook or YouTube. I'm up on both. I know I'm up on the rest of them. Excellent. YouTube's up. Twitch is up. Facebook's up. Substack's finally up. Instagram is up. Yes. Bam. All right. So I need everybody here because this might be my final broadcast. Damn, I need a sound effect for that. I gotta make a note to AI that staff that I don't have that's not here. Talking to an empty room. Did Rumble ban me? No, it just kicks me off every so often, and I have to reconnect, and it gets ironically twitchy about it, and it's kind of aggravating. Thanks, I'm glad you like the shirt. I was just at the gym, and so a couple of things, and I'm covered in cat hair. That's fun too. So, favorite conspiracy theories. Love me some hollow moon. Love some hollow earth. Excellent, right? Anybody, you want to dive into some deep, like that the Nazis went to Argentina, but only because it was a stopping point to go to Antarctica, where they entered a tunnel that went into the earth, and they're living down there with a bunch of Nordic tall people in inverted gravity. It's awesome. Love it. Like how it showed up in the last King Kong movie. And King Kong and Godzilla movie or whatever, that right? Great one. Hollow moon, that the idea is that, when we were leaving and they jettisoned part of the spacecraft as they were leaving the moon, and it hit the earth and landed hit the moon, it landed so hard, the moon rang like a bell for 3 days, so they believe it's porous and full of caves, and therefore aliens. Love that. Super fun. Because I can kind of take it or leave it. It's just a fun exercise. Reagan being shot by George H.W. Bush's personal MK Ultra assassin, in that Hinckley and the Bushes went to school together, and Neil Bush and John Hinckley's brother were having lunch watching the assassination attempt on TV, I think, at the time, or across the street or some shit like that. That's a great one. Most people don't dive into that one, but I like it. Again, I don't really have a skin in the game. But those fascinate me. Is this about Candace Owens going off the deep end? Kind of. Well done, Kelly. Well done, Kelly Anderson in the chat room on Facebook. Sort of. It's the periphery of the sort of conspiratorial mind blowing itself. I was going to say, eating its own. Jim Jones worked for the CIA. How about this? Alex Jones works for the Illuminati. That's one of my favorites. That he's actually a mouthpiece for the people, the big dark cabal that runs the earth. Otherwise, they'd have killed him a long time ago. He obviously isn't saying anything that upsets them. If they are all powerful like he says they were, they would have snuffed him a long time ago. So clearly, he works for them, and his job is to, go out there and like make everything conspiratorial sound crazy and stupid and limp-dicked and weak and beta, so that people will associate. Anytime you come up, when you start seeing the threads of real conspiracy, you'll go, that sounds very Alex Jones, and immediately will make your eyes bug out and your dick shrivel and everybody around you go, ugh, right? Yeah, the globalists. GOP is a giant human centipede. I don't know that that's I would call that a conspiracy theory. Is more a genuine observation. Or Alex Jones was Bill Hicks, so they marked him. Really? Is that a thing? I don't think so. HARP controlling the weather, sure, that's another one. Although HARP controlling us through mind waves is really the thing. Like weather, I don't know, changing the weather through technology doesn't seem that far out, right? But the idea that they have a beam that hits you in the head and turns you into a mindless drone. You ever notice how the people who think that public schools turn you into a mindless drone always went to public schools? I went to a public school. I don't think that. But all the people that do think that all went to public schools. And so apparently there's this like mind control experiment that they can control everyone, but somehow they're immune to it. They were vaccinated by bullshit or something like that, right? Okay. Bunch of these. So, I was, let's see, is this? Yes, here it is. So, my big pet peeve is the they. When you start they-ing everything. They say this and they are gonna, and they're they, and the they are coming after you, and the they and whatever. And, who are they? No one knows who they are. Only they know who is them. So, let me show you a sort of pocket maggot favorite channel. This guy right here. This is a channel. Hee-hoo! Where goodness tarnation! Look at this fancy automobile I find myself in. A hoodity-hoo! This is a 3 of 7 project. He's got 564,000 subscribers. What is it going to take to get you people to subscribe? Dude just does shows from his car. Am I working too hard? Is that it? Is that it? You're just all jealous of my graphics and you're like, I'm not subscribing. It'll encourage his behavior. Do you think I need any encouragement? Seriously. You guys all know I would be doing this whether anybody showed up or not. I used to. It's like that old Steve Martin joke. I don't need you. I can do this act alone. I often do, right? So this is why it caught my eye. They don't want us to talk. Please listen. Is there anybody listening? Queensrÿche fans anywhere? Okay. So Rumple Foreskin over here does a lot of like, this is how you man if you're gonna fucking man, and the way that you man is with a big ZZ Top beard. So, but apparently he was gonna post a video, and they don't want him to. Let's see, shall we? It's a relatively short one, but ride with me see if you can unravel this conspiracy.
All right, the weirdest, I've been on YouTube for a long time, and the weirdest thing.
Yeah, he was, he had just a pencil-thin mustache when he started.
Happened. here on YouTube on our
The weirdest thing. Can I put a pin in that just for me as like, how dare you, sir, even think that you can go anywhere near the weirdest thing on YouTube, because you will always get dunked on by the next weird fucking video. Okay.
channel just a second ago. I want to share it with you guys because we can kind of use these platforms as a kind of a barometer of what the powers that be want us to talk about and what they don't want us to talk about.
No, you can't. No, you really can't. What you can use it as a barometer of is what the tolerance versus return on investment is for advertisers on those platforms. That's it. If they could make a shit ton of money selling, insulin to the KKK or fucking Ozempic to the KKK, they'd go, oh shit. Well, I mean, that's where the money is. I'm not gonna, we're gonna advertise on Stormfront. This is our Stormfront campaign, right? So no, it's not a barometer for what they want you to talk about. It is strictly like what. There's a statement. It's like an old comedy phrase, treacle cutting, which is the way that you time comedy is like cutting candy. You stretch the candy out, and then you got to cut it before it bows, before the treacle bends in the middle. Sort of. You gotta when you drag it out. That's it. You gotta cut it there. Like that. You can't if you wait too long. It loses its turgidity. So you want to cut it before it does that, and that's the timing aspect of it, or as we say in the business, the timing. So no, so it's not the powers that be. It's literally whatever the platforms can manage as far as advertisers and how much money they're making. If they, BitChute or somebody like that wants to shock their way to the front of the line, or Rumble or something, they can advertise whatever the fuck they want because it might get them some news, right? So they don't care what you say on there. If you could literally have someone like Russell Brand with 8 rape charges, 4 in 2 countries, and still, like, you could platform that motherfucker. Pay him a bonus to come join your fucking channel when you know this is in his background and this is coming out, because even the shock of that will drive advertisers your way. So powers that be, kiss my ass.
This is one that I personally didn't expect, but I just tried to upload a video to express my viewpoints on a certain group of people that are called by many God's chosen people.
I've started to, get the idea, that you might run into a touch of trouble in general. Maybe it's, let's find out. And maybe it's anti, maybe it's pro, we'll see. But whatever it is, whatever he's trying to say, the powers that be don't want him to say it.
The JEWS.
I see. So apparently the algorithm or the people that work at Google who oversee YouTube are like dogs that are listening for when it's time to go for a WALK.
And that's what I titled the video.
Did you? God's chosen people, JEWS? Do you use periods or dashes? I need to know. Just for, in case I want to post something later. Holy shit.
And this has never happened before, but I went to upload it on the channel, and the video went into the upload process and then completely disappeared.
I've had that happen a lot of times. Like, it just craps out. Sometimes it's your internet.
From my channel. And
was it up on the channel and then it disappeared? Sounds like it just hung up during the upload process. Probably the Jews.
And don't know where it went.
Probably went to Mossad headquarters. Or Nick Fuentes' basement. I don't know which way you went with this.
So I went and re-uploaded the video again.
Playing with fire.
With the same title.
Did you use dashes or periods this time? Just try to swap it up a little?
And this time it did upload, but it gave me a message that this particular video that I was trying to post had to go into an additional review process, and I would not be able to post it or make it public for at least 24 hours while it was going through an additional review process, which I have never heard of before.
I've had it happen. Lots of people have had it happen. Again, if you spell Jews with periods, it might be sounding like you're trying to do something awful. If you're doing it with dashes, it might make people feel like you're trying to hide the fact that you're using the word. If you spell it out in all caps, there also might be a way that they would fucking red flag it. And did you put God's chosen people in quotes, or did you do that in all caps? Did you put a question mark? What was the thumbnail like? I'm sure there are a lot of factors in this. And again, 24 hours. I don't know if he's upset because he's got 500,000 subscribers, so they should get to his video much faster than they get to other people.
Now, again, we know that our government is involved heavily, if not completely controlling these particular platforms, so all social media.
Gotcha. Okay, so Donald Trump is controlling YouTube now, and whereas you might have been able to post this video before in any other time when you've never experienced this before, but now that Donald Trump is president, if you try to post this video, all of a sudden it's being flagged in a way that you've never seen before because it's being controlled by the government. Please continue to tell me how the fascist you chose to help elect should be king of the world. Okay.
Platforms, but YouTube is, I would say, arguably the most powerful one.
Largest.
Again, I've posted a lot of videos. I've shared a lot of opinions about a lot of stuff over the years.
Did you ever use Jews in all caps in the title? I'm curious, CSL, when we post this section of this, should we name it exactly what he named his video and see if there's the same reaction? We should use like J .E lowercase w uppercase s just to like I don't know.
But this one was completely unique. I think that we should consider that. We should think about why. What's going on there?
Why?
All right.
Why? Also what? And how? And where? And when?
We should also use it as an indicator to how much influence governments have over what we say, what we...
Which government would this fucking... Shit or get off the pot, man? Are you for it or against it? Are they for you because you're against it or against it because you're for it? What the fuck? Stop being so ambiguous about this. Maybe you violated their rambly bullshit terms of service section. A little known one. I violated it myself a couple of times.
Express what we use when we use our freedom of speech.
Fuck you, dude. Freedom. You're posting this video from your fucking car on your fucking phone. Jesus Christ. In another time, your freedom of speech would be tantamount to you could stand on the street corner until somebody beats you with a fucking stick. Get out of here. A 24-hour review is not on a private platform where you spell Jews in all caps with probably asterisks or some shit between each letter to try and cover your ass. It's not a violation of your freedom of speech. God damn, I hate these whingy little bitches.
Right?
Shut up with this nonsense. God damn.
Anyways, I'll have
to
title this something different now.
Yes, yeah. Put something that the controlling people who don't want to control what you have to say won't even notice. Like they don't want us to talk. Please listen with "they" in quotes. Clearly, they don't know that they're they. To they're just them. They maybe uses my pronouns, and they don't know that they're they. To us who say that they're like me. Like no, well yeah, all of you, me. You? No, not me. You. Us? Yeah. Well, we think of you as them. You think of you as us. But you're them. We're us. That's what. Well, yeah, but we're not the big them. You know, we're the little us. You're the big they, and we're the little us. But oh, you mean little old us? There's only like 9 of us. There's like 9 billion of you fuckers. Suddenly we're the big bad wolf?
Obviously.
Clearly.
To try to get around that, whatever was going on.
Whatever. Maybe show us a screenshot of the thumbnail or the how you wrote JWS.
And I hope you guys watch this. I hope you share it with somebody. The viewpoint I was trying to express, by the way, it just kind of in the short version of
Oh dear.
it, because you're not going to be able to listen to the long video where I
Well, yeah, you are in 24 hours. You just posted this, motherfucker.
explain it, is I was having a conversation with a good brother just yesterday named Chris Hewitt. You may have heard him on my podcast. He has
Nope. Yeah, I missed it. I was shaving.
the YouTube channel,
Uh-huh.
all attached in the description here. We were having a conversation about this specific group of people.
Oh dear.
Again, that, you know, the JEWS.
Are you trying to get this video kicked off by being as obtuse and obscure as possible? Just fucking what? What are you getting? Are you for him or are you against him? And if you're against him, why aren't you for him? And if you're for him, why aren't you against him? And what's making you think you should be against or for him?
And we were talking about how it seems like some public figures that have recently changed their views on this specific group of people.
Oh, we're going to Candace Owens and that crowd? Yeah.
Have seemed to kind of lost their mind and
So you're for him?
have started going insane. People who in the past maybe were reasonable.
Oh yeah, okay. You can't be talking about Candace Owens then.
You know, names like Candace Owens.
Oh well, my bad. You threw me with the whole used to not be crazy part.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Also a big red X on the whole used to be sane.
Tucker Carlson. These
Also, particularly odd in that particular group of people. He stands out in a way that. Whoops, hold on. This one's what I'm looking for.
I like wood.
Yeah, just when was he allegedly sane?
Deeper and longer.
All right.
names came up, and we were just wondering,
What?
when you decide to curse this particular group of people, not their government, but them as a people, right? We have to make a distinction there. When you
Sure, seems reasonable.
decide to curse them, does the Almighty God do something to you?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I think in the case of Tucker Carlson, a demon did something to him in a truck stop bathroom. I mean, a demon that looked a lot like a sweaty farm worker, but still.
Is there something that happens to you?
I'd say it's just like, is this sort of a which comes first, the chicken or the nuts?
Because, again, we see these people who used to seem to be reasonable,
No, asterisks.
who have changed their viewpoints on this particular group of people we're talking about, and have now seemed to, are seeming to just kind of go off the rails and kind of lose their mind. Now, look, I think you can make a case in Scripture that those who curse you will be cursed. Those who bless you will be blessed.
Look, I don't want to scare anybody, but anybody who has ever cursed me has had horrible things befall them. I'm not saying I drove by their house and did it. I'm just saying that the forces of nature have my back in a way that they don't for other human beings, and I'm a little embarrassed to say it, but it's true. So be warned. Yeah.
Go ahead and tell you. You wonder where I stand on this? Well, I'm going to go ahead and tell you. I don't know it all. There's a lot going on with this particular group of people that I don't understand.
The Jews are Candace Owens, Tucker Carlson, and Marjorie Taylor Greene, because there's a. I don't read Hebrew, so I'm sure there's a lot of blank spots in my understanding of Judaism. However, with those other three people, there's a lot more room for them to just be.
But I'm going to tell you right now, I
tell you what,
don't have the balls.
Look, he's a braver man than most to be able to admit that to 22,566 people who have viewed this video.
Nor do I have any desire to
have balls.
This particular group of people that we're talking about right now.
Well, that's good on you. See, look at that. It took you this long to come around to the fact that you seem to be uncomfortable letting people know you're not an anti-Semite. That's a rough one, dude. Stop looking at me.
And nor do I think that the church has the current church has taken the place of these particular group of people. I think that the Almighty still has a use and a plan for this particular group of people.
Yeah, a lot of evangelicals believe that. They're all supposed to go back to Israel so they can be there when Jesus returns, and then they'll all be wiped out. It's very sweet.
Not their government, right? Not that we have to agree with all of their policy and everything that they do. And yes, some of them are also bad people.
Oh, you mean like Trump's buddy? What's his name? Fucking faked his death, moved to one of his 3 islands that he has. Alan Dershowitz defends him. Wrote an article in a paper about lowering the age of consent to like his favorite window of fuckery, and it's the same number that Trump dropped. What's the guy's name? I'll think of it later.
But as a whole,
sorry, my bad.
Yeah. No.
As a whole, yeah. No. Maybe.
Nah.
Nah.
There's too much in Scripture. There's too much that I don't understand. There's too much that you don't understand. You better be careful what you say. That's just a word of wisdom. We're going to talk about wisdom tonight on Resurrected at 7 p.m. on Patreon. If you guys are on Patreon, I hope to see you there.
Is the church service done from your car, or are you doing it from the shed?
If you got anything out of this, share it with somebody.
I did not. I really didn't. I mean, it's not fair. A couple of decent laughs, and it did make my neck twist to the side like a dog hearing a slide whistle.
Go get you a hat, get you a t-shirt if you want to.
Yeah, it's cold outside. Yeah, I'm going to go put on a coat, too.
Support us here at 307 Project, and check out my brother Chris Hewitt and his channel here on YouTube.
Can he post things about the it's WZ? Have you thought about spelling it with a Z, just to cover your ass? AZZ.
He's a great friend, and he really loves the Lord.
Well, you both should be fearless in the face of man and not worry about declaring that simply because you voted for Donald Trump and you ascribe to everything that Tucker Carlson does elsewhere, that you have to tiptoe about not being an anti-Semite. Got to be rough.
All right. Weird.
All right. Fucking, hey. You know what I mean? Like, hey. No? Okay. Oh my God. I do love Sling Blade though. Great movie. Yeah. That was one of the weirdest videos I've ever seen. I'm about out for there to get me a t-shirt and go get some French fried potatoes with mustard. That dude got a long beard, but he lives inside of his heart, and that's a mighty big place. How I think meandering clips like that is what's holding you back. More cats. All right, I understand. You're probably right. I'll just post cat videos to just draw people to my channel and then sucker punch them with this other one. Okay, now. Dun, dun, dun. Damning. I gotta show you this one. This is, talk about people who are running out of runway, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. You're watching Hal Sparks Mega Worldwide, by the way, and I think that shows taste and breeding on your part. But subscribe for god darn. Title, this is Miranda Devine, this woman who wrote the completely flaccid Hunter Biden books. The ones that resulted in, what's the phrase I'm looking for? Fuck all. That's what it was. She's on talking about how this guy, Kash Patel, and Dan Bongholio, who is looking for TP for his bunghole. Both of these guys they used to be darlings of MAGA, now assholes, both of them, just untrustworthy, but covering for pedophiles, monsters, just through and through. This is the title. Damning report raises red flags on FBI leadership. I don't know who that would be. It's two guys that run it right now. Who the fuck are they? I'll look it up. As new details emerge. Details. This is something Miranda's not good with, but okay. She tends to take details that don't fit together and kind of, she's one of these people who solves a Rubik's Cube by pulling the stickers off. Okay.
And a scathing new report obtained by the New York
Ooh, scathing. Wait a minute.
Post.
Okay, at least it was the Post, all right.
Is alleging that the FBI is a, quote, rudderless ship.
Oh. You think this is the story Laura Ingraham was thinking she was going to be doing? This time last year? After Trump has marched in, he's going to save the country. Think back to, was she ever this young?
Under Director Kash Patel and Deputy Director Dan Bongino.
Bongholio, it's pronounced Bongholio.
Sources telling columnist Miranda Devine that
Dan report labels rather under Kash Patel with him and Dan Bongholio more concerned with building personal resumes. You mean like everybody fucking else in the administration?
Patel is, quote, in over his head and the
He's up to his eyeballs.
Agency is all effed up. It's a 115-page report from an alliance of FBI active duty, retired agents, analysts, criticizing Patel as, quote, inexperienced and Bongino as more concerned with building personal resumes. New York Post Miranda Devine is here with more. Now, Miranda, the report, did say some good things about Patel, comments about Patel, working hard in other ways and.
Yeah, he's doing exhaustive work, blacking Trump's name out of the Epstein files. I mean, that he's been kicking ass and erasing names.
Affected by in other quarters, especially field offices, but
yes, where he flies in to take credit for the work that people in those field offices are doing, like he had any fucking part in it. It's called stolen valor, Laura Ingraham.
Were these?
Sorry, I mispronounced. Laura Ingraham.
People on the record, or was this like the typical drive-by anonymous sources?
Yeah, it's typical for 150 people to do a drive-by
During the Trump,
a stretch limo or a bus, or maybe it was a freight train
administration.
No, it's anything but that. This is not a deep state cabal. It is, in fact, an alliance. They call themselves an alliance of these FBI professionals who came together in 2023 in dismay at the way the FBI had been weaponized and politicized under Christopher Wray during the Biden administration. And
Oops.
In fact,
It couldn't possibly get worse, says group. Months later, it's gotten worse.
reports, my stories on their previous reports have been, widely applauded by the same people who are now trying to shoot the messenger. I know these people, they're patriots, and they only have the best interests of the FBI in mind.
And in their estimation, the best interests of the FBI and everyone involved would be to get these two useless fuckos out of there as soon as possible. And Laura has some turd polishing to do.
And so they asked for a 6-month sort of report card on Kash Patel and Dan Bongino's performance, and they found 80% of their responses were negative. And I guess, what they hope and what...
But that's, in all fairness, after 6 months, those people have spent a decent amount of time with these two guys. So, what other conclusion could they possibly come to? I've just watched videos of these assholes, and I feel that way. So imagine being around them.
I would have hoped...
Imagine their videos plus breath.
...is that Kash Patel and Dan Bongino would take this criticism on board as it's coming from, Trump-aligned people. This alliance actually endorsed Trump publicly last October.
Oops.
Saying that he had the best options for FBI reform.
And now, I don't want to criticize this group because you seem to think that they're fairly good people, but if they're that fucking stupid that they actually believe that Donald Trump, the guy who put these dickheads in charge, knows what he's doing, maybe their judgment is suspect as well. Now, don't get me wrong. I think their assessment in this particular circumstance is, fact-based and pretty clear. But this is one of those situations where I don't know who to root for.
And so this criticism is coming with a good spirit and,
Spirits! A touch of bravado, daring do. About 11:30, sir. What?
Can be taken in that sense to help Patel and Bongino improve.
Yeah, that's what this is about. This is about helping them improve, not recognizing that they're completely in over their heads. They're a bunch of self-aggrandizing fuckos that are endangering the lives of people in the FBI every goddamn day, and when they aren't taking credit for the work that they do.
What this criticism finds is lacking.
Well, some of this stuff in the report included something that happened at the Charlie Kirk investigation involving...
Yeah, you mean when Kash Patel flew down there personally to sniff rocks? He tastes trans-adjacent. Is it a 30-06? I smell 30-06. Sorry, that was my own knuckle.
Involving a jacket or one of the FBI jackets? What?
Yeah, he insists on a fucking badge, and he's wearing the clothing of actual agents, and he isn't one. He's never been one. He's cosplaying.
What was that, Miranda?
Yeah, this has got a lot of attention. It was one anecdote in this 115-page report. The day after Charlie Kirk's assassination, sources in this report say that Kash Patel flew in to Provo Airport on the FBI jet.
Marvin, Velma, and Provo, the three names I enjoy.
And then refused to get off until someone provided him with a medium-sized FBI raid jacket.
Fuck you, dude. Oh my God. What an absolute asshole. This is new. This is new to me. God damn. Refused to get off the plane until somebody got him a size medium. Well, they give him the actual size that, he was like, give me your jacket. I don't want to go out there without one. It's a extra large, sir. Fuck. You, give me your jacket. It's a large. You, give me your jacket. It's a double XL. Son of a bitch. I need a medium. perhaps tapered fit, double zipper. I like to zip from the left. It's no preference in that or whatever. Something with a pocket, maybe a fleece lined with a collar. What an asshole. Oh my God. He refused to get off the plane. It's like bad enough that he was fucking wearing it when he hasn't earned the fucking thing. But he wants to wear an FBI raid jacket and he won't get off the plane until they give him one? Fuck off. Order one from eBay.
One was found belonging to a female agent.
Oh no, when is Matt Walsh going to do a video about what is a female? What is a woman? What does it even mean to be a woman? Ash Kash Patel, who's apparently cross-dressing as one. Sorry everybody, but that's fucking magic. He had to get a women's medium for him. You know what I mean? Because alpha males, we like our shit to be fucking stacked and tight, so everybody knows what they're fucking dealing with, all right? While we do the George W. Bush head bob. Made you flinch. Hey, I'm the decider. This jacket is too small in the armpits. I have an itch and I can't touch it. Somebody scratch my ass. I can't get to it. Oh, what a dickhead. Oh, shit. Again, no, I obviously I don't think height is indicative of value. I'm 5'9" and $165, fully clothed, soaking wet. But if you're gonna bully everyone into giving you a jacket, and the jacket that shows up is a women's medium, that's kind of fucking spectacular. Also, I would like to salute the female agent who went out into the cold without her fucking jacket. So that this dickhead wouldn't get chilly. She can handle it. He can't. All right. To all our female FBI agents out there, a big salute.
And taken to the plane, but then Patel, according to these sources, was displeased by the fact that it didn't have Velcro patches on the upper arms, and so then these agents had to go scurrying around trying to find Velcro patches. Finally, some SWAT raid guys produced them off their own jackets.
Oh my God. What a fucking wuss. Please, all right, Congress people, if you're the next time this asshole is sitting right there, nice jacket. Is it yours? I was just wondering because did you show up here with a jacket and you were able to wear it? Is that what happened? Because according to the FBI agents around you who were telling the truth and shouldn't be shamed for doing so, you had to steal a woman's jacket and get other guys to give you their patches, which they fucking earned.
They were taken to the plane, given to Kash Patel. He put them on the jacket and came off.
Oh, this is fucking gold.
And I think
Look at Laura. Laura Ingraham is having a rough day of it. She's like, ugh, I gotta do this fucking story. Shit. She's starting to do the Greg Kelly stare at your desk thing. I don't know. Get the guy some patches. I don't know.
this anecdote really is a small thing, but it's indicative of how...
Of what a whingy little bitch he is, you mean? And how the female agents of the FBI have more valor and strength and perseverance and character than he has in his, in their little finger than they have in. Well, that's not fair because their little finger is probably the size of his body. So
Kash Patel did not make a good impression on the agents at the
was it the whining or the actual crying?
Salt Lake City
Can
office.
this be turned around, Miranda?
No, it's not. It wasn't a reversible jacket. It was although they should have him. I'm sure he's going to push for more funding while he has his girlfriend flown around with a SWAT team protecting him and uses the FBI jet to fly to fucking Vegas.
Can this be turned around in your view? If you take these criticisms at face value, and it sounds like you do, can this be turned around?
Look, I don't know. There's...
No. They will look down on this Weasley dickhead until he leaves. Period. End of story. And Donald Trump can keep him on for the run of it. But the reality is that no one's going to respect this dickhead who disrespects the field agents in every fucking day he's in the job. No, it can't be turned around. You know how? Well, it could be turned around with another human being, with another, both him and Bongholio out of the fucking job, and somebody who actually knows how the FBI works in their position.
Seems to be some of the criticism is an obsession
Raise your hand if you're a Weasley little turd. All right, there you go.
with social media, being very thin-skinned to criticism, not listening to the people who have, a background in these things. I mean,
You mean the people who actually do the fucking job?
Ash Patel and Dan Bongino, neither of them is well-versed
There's his magic jacket. That's it. That's the jacket, by the way. That's the jacket they were talking about.
in the ways of the FBI.
It's amazing to know that that's belongs to a female agent. I want them to widen out that shot so we can see all the guys in their jackets and the one female agent just in her shirt
And they
and vest.
have to effect change, and they have to do it quickly. And
Yeah, but you have to be capable of affecting that change and able to even comprehend the value of said change to be able to implement it in any way. And these guys are assholes. I mean, whole panel, but still.
understand that's difficult,
Yes, if you're an asshole.
but there's a lot of problems. And look, there's a lot of resistance that they're facing there. So I'm not
Yeah. Gee, I can't imagine why ineffective, glory-seeking assholes who are completely inexperienced, have no idea how anything fucking works, and want to show up and pat themselves on the back at every fucking arrest and at every high-profile arrest anyways, and blow off funding and support for all the little shit that the FBI has to do all the goddamn time. I can't imagine why that's the issue.
saying it's easy.
No, Miranda, this was fascinating
Yeah, that's the word I would use.
and upsetting to a lot of people. And
How about to you, Laura? Is it upsetting to you? Is it?
we're going to look forward to see where this goes. Miranda, thank you.
We're going to look forward to see where this goes. Oh my God. She can tell the future.
Hey, Sean Hannity.
Gee, asshole. All right. My God. Gosh, this Rochester is progressive. Well, you'd think. That's why Matt Walsh is going to have a hard time with it. Why does he support an FBI agent who wears women's clothes? I mean, it's not the first one we've had that wears women's clothes. There's the point there. Maybe he's just upholding a long tradition of heads of the FBI who wear women's clothes. And it's been a while. It's been a couple of FBI heads that we know of that were, transvestites. And so maybe it's just coming back. Maybe, that's what they mean. Make America great again. They're going back to the J. Edgar Hoover years. And that includes, him wearing women's clothing. So, oh, so good. I mean, come on. You gotta, there's just fucking magic. Okay, let me, I'm gonna pull something up real quick. There you go. Then bring this up. And then, I saw this nonsense before. Let me bring this up in a second. And then, oh, God. Yep. I'm looking for one more video. Yeah, there we go. 1 second. Did we? Yeah, we covered that one. Okay, so this is more of that, the two of them together. Hold on. There's speaks out. Okay. Oh, we got so much stuff. Okay, so our favorite right-wing blow-up doll, White House releases Trump's MRI results in medical controversy. MRI results leak. If they released them, it's not a leak, shithead. Also, you can't leak a lie, so if you're lying, it's not a leak. Just kind of throwing that together. This is Trish Regan doing her best to look like a silicone love doll in every thumbnail she makes. And it must work because 1.14 million subscribers. This video isn't doing as well as the guy in his car, but what are you going to do? Maybe they don't want to look at this.
Donald Trump did. He released his MRI today, actually, and flying colors. What do you know? Pretty good results out of this little MRI. Here we go. Yeah, the president released
Right, the results, the written version of it, not the actual images, I guess, or maybe they are. Let's see.
it amid, all of this pressure. So finally he was like, okay, you want to go on about my MRI?
Okay, let's see this. Hold on one second. Now you've made me have to look it up. God damn it. 1 second. I'm going to break this away. I'm going to go to open Chrome. I'll open it on that one. That'll be the easiest thing. I don't know that. Well, we'll see. Hold on. I don't know that. Let's see. Trump's MRI results released, I guess. I mean, White House doctor says Trump's Newsom shares mock medical report. White House releases letter summarizing. What did I say? What did I fucking say? This is going to be good. Hold on 1 second. This is good. Hold on. I gotta shrink this down a little bit so I can make the screen fit. There you go. And then minus. Shrink this down. Get in here, you silly thing. Command minus. There you go. This is it. Perfectly normal. White House releases details of Trump's MRI scan. I mean, that's a good way of putting that a man of his age that takes almost no exercise, has a shit diet, and has used stimulants and other drugs most of his adult life, if not all of his adult life, it would be perfectly normal for him to have an MRI this fucked, right? So, again, perfectly normal is a very contextual phrase, shall we say. Okay, White House released a statement from President Donald Trump's physician saying the MRI scan Trump received during his recent physical was preventative, and the results were perfectly normal. This level of detailed assessment is standard for executive physical at Trump's age. Sean Barbabella described the test as part of a comprehensive review of Trump's heart and abdominal health, which he said are good. Not great, but good. Adding that the MRI confirms that he remains in excellent overall health. If you put it all together, his bowels and his lungs, are doing great. And if his liver and his brain are doing shit, they kind of balance each other out. Overall. The doctor's report comes after Trump's October medical exam, a follow-up from the April exam, which is the second one unannounced. That's his annual physical he's had 2 of for no fucking reason. After weeks of questions about the MRI, Trump said over the weekend he disclosed them. The release also comes as the White House continues to push back on the New York Times report detailing how Trump is keeping a lighter public schedule during his first term and raising questions about his stamina. Let's see if the physician, this is the thing. Go away. Continue to the site. So it's just anything with Trump in it. Don't do me that. God. Fuck off. All right, she's reading it from the Daily Mail, I guess. Okay, this is the same thing. These aren't the results. This is more like propaganda from Dr. Propaganda.
The condition that everybody was so focused on, it was a chronic venous insufficiency condition that Trump had faced some claims and concerns about. The condition would occur when veins in the legs cannot effectively return blood back to the heart.
Which, owing to the fact that gravity happens, should be a concern.
Leading to symptoms such as swelling, aching, and cramping. The White House says the condition is benign and common. And so the
If you're old and in failing health.
U.S. Navy captain who issued a summary of this report said, as part of President Donald J. Trump's comprehensive executive physical, advanced imaging, that would be the MRI, was performed because men in his age group benefit from a thorough evaluation of cardiovascular and abdominal health. The purpose of this imaging is to be preventive, to identify issues early. It would have helped if, Biden had done some of that, to identify them early and to, of course, ensure that he...
Why did they have, if they're doing a MRI, and check me, chat room, I may come across as momentarily insane for saying this, but if they were checking his abdominal issues with the MRI, his abdominal health, which again points to, that's not your chronic. They weren't looking at his his cankles, right? The abdominal would be checking for maybe colon cancer or something like that, or something else going on in the abdomen. That his abdomen is so big and malformed and full of naughty yuckiness that you can't tell a tumor from a turd, and that's why they would do the abdominal one. But why would they make him take a cognitive test after an abdominal? Oh, because his head was up his ass. I get it. All right, sorry, my bad. I should have thought of that earlier. You're right. It never occurred to me. Of course, that's why they had to do a colonoscopy to get. That was the cognitive test.
Going to be okay. We go on here. Here is the Daily Mail reporting on it, and it says President Trump's abdominal imaging is perfectly normal. The health, no evidence of arterial narrowing, impairing blood vessels or abnormalities. In other words, everything's good. The heart chambers are good, normal in size, etc.
Yeah, they're not talking about his chest cavity. He didn't get a chest X-ray. He didn't get an MRI of his chest. This is abdominal. If they're even to be believed.
Excellent cardiovascular system in
Okay, is his heart in his ass too?
excellent health. So this was...
Again, you're just painting a picture for me that makes total sense.
Tim's trying to change the subject. He's saying, he's mentally impaired. We need the results of the MRI because he used this term that the kids used to use when I was a kid, okay? Like, I'm sure that they used it when Donald Trump he's that much older than me, was a kid. Well, you can't use this term today. I mean, my kids have told me, and they're definitely not like, the PC police, but they're like, Mom, you can't use that term. You can't use it. You can't use it. So it's been wiped out, as Tim so proudly says. And yet, like, somehow they can call him a dictator. They can say he's akin to Hitler. I mean, I find that pretty offensive and alarming. But here we are with $1 billion in fraud. So you guys can try and twist this subject all you want.
Yeah, I got to say, White House releases Trump's MRI results in medical controversy. This was all of 2 minutes and 29 seconds, this video. MRI results were not indeed leaked at all. Is there anybody... Hold on. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know that we have another take on that part of it. Let's see. Nope. I'm not... Yeah. Get them out. Nope. Oh, dear. Yeah, no, I'm not seeing anybody else who's trying to, like, tap dance around Trump's MRI. A lot of them are just avoiding it. Let's see. Oh, dear. Nope. I'm sorry. I'm looking for one more. Yep, there we go. That's right. So there is I'm going to bring this up. Now, you guys know that along with conspiracy theories, I'm always looking for videos that tell me what I'm thinking. I'm also looking for sort of the string theory that helps us put together what's all of this that's going on. Because you could explain one thing. You can explain a couple of things, but can you explain it all? And I've been looking everywhere for our next video. Please hit the like, share the show. It's Hal Sparks Megaworldwiide. Like, subscribe, give a thumbs up, support the show. I'm trying to remember to say that, so it's at the beginning of every clip. I did it. CSL, is that helping? All right. This apparently, I know you've been waiting. I certainly have. This explains everything. This is going to be a long fucking video, isn't it? It's going to be, what do you think this is? Minimum 600 hours? 16 minutes. Okay, that should be all right. I can learn everything in 60 minutes. Now, I'm guessing this explains everything about Maduro and the Cartel of the Sun. This is their logo, I guess, with the time to make the donuts mustache guy from Everything You Want to Know About Sex We're Afraid to Ask. Venezuela. How a global terror hub is now on the verge of collapse. Should we be scared that it's on the verge of collapse? Is that the terrifying part? We don't know. Let's find out. I want the answers to everything, and it'll sum it up for us, I have no doubt.
Jason Buttrill, welcome.
But what?
Chief researcher of the program, also watches foreign affairs for us and military stuff.
YouTube videos. He watches YouTube videos.
What the hell is happening in Venezuela?
I think a lot of gamesmanship's happening in Venezuela right now, closing the
airspace,
air traffic control, or even saying that, or
you're closing the air traffic control. Sorry, did he put Sean Duffy in charge of Venezuela too? If so, they're fucked.
Been hinting that they're going to close that. It's pretty much just saying that they don't want any of Maduro's people that are going to try and escape out of the country. People that are involved of the Cartel of the Suns. None of them are going to try and escape and then eventually come back so that they can start the regime back up.
You do realize you can drive to like Chile or these other countries and then fly out, especially if you have a lot of money and you're engaged in narco trafficking and the like. In theory, they can get a scooter.
Again, I don't think there is any way possible that we're just about to start any kind of land operations inside Venezuela. I could be wrong, but I don't think
it'd be very unpopular amongst maggots. He doesn't give a fuck if we hate it.
It'd be very unpopular, and I think constitutionally they could pull it off. I think
right. Who's your next guest? John Yoo?
There's ways that they could do that, but I don't think he doesn't like to do that kind of thing. I don't.
Who? Hegseth loves doing that kind of shit. Trump, of course, he wants to do this. The fucking Epstein files are coming out, you fucking moron.
I think he's about to start now, but I think these.
What do you think he's gonna like? If he hasn't done it this far into his presidency.
Negotiations are getting a lot more heated. I think they're actually starting to bear fruit, which is why some of the threats are getting a lot more vocal.
Yeah, that's what usually happens right before agreement is the most shouting and threats.
And I'm telling you, Glenn, we actually could see Maduro step down, be out of the country in a new regime there without us having to do much at all except for
blow some fishing boats out of the water.
Making some of these narco boats coming out of the country. Mm-hmm. It could happen, and it would be amazing.
Okay, so let's start with the narco boats because let's
get to this. I'm confused because we don't actually know what was in the boats or who was in the boats because boom, they're gone. Even if they say they know where they came from, doesn't mean the people in the boats are there of their own free will. At this point, it wouldn't be out of the question, like when drug traffickers will force someone to swallow a bunch of balloons full of heroin and other shit and go through customs and then shit it out on the other side. And if they fuck around, they'll die. And if they tell anyone, they'll fucking shoot them or their family or some shit like that. So these people are basically drug mule slaves. Increasingly, it would seem that would be one of the things they would do with these boats that are going through the area because you don't want to lose your good traffickers, right? You don't want to lose those guys, but you can hey, you guys work on a fishing boat? Great. We have your family in a fucking basement and you're going to take this boat to fucking Haiti. And if you don't get there on time, we're going to kill them all. But Hegseth, boom, then the families get dusted off because what good are they now?
I think that's what the Democrats are now trying to allude to, that, these narco boats, they're not narcos. They're not.
Prove they are.
Running, those are just average fishing people. They have nothing to do with it. And this is unconstitutional. And we're shooting them even when they try to surrender. Do we know if any of those allegations are true?
Yes. Yeah. They shot one of the boats, and there were 2 people still alive, and then he ordered a strike to kill those 2 people, which is against the law. It's showing no quarter. They obviously can't outswim the fucking boat. We could catch them at that point. We could actually, you could actually have them tried and convicted, and you could give evidence that you make them admit that they were carrying these things if you could get a statement from them at all.
Well, I think that they are pretty dang sure on the intelligence on what.
That's a big no. Yeah, that's the hearty no he was looking for. I think that they're pretty dang sure.
Who some of these people are on some of these.
Some of them. Yeah, sure, some of them. And the other ones might be hostages.
Vessels, if you can remember back, I think it was
Why
on
won't
day
they tell
one.
us?
Because it's the Trump administration and fuck you. Because you're a maggot, suck it.
I think that would actually behoove them to give the full story. The American public is a lot more smart. It's a lot more educated on what's going on in a lot of these things. They're a lot more prone to research on their own and find out.
It's funny how, 2 days ago, Glenn was talking about how we're all fucking stupid.
For themselves what's actually happening in Venezuela. We've talked about it a lot with the terrorism sponsorship that happens there between Hezbollah. A multitude of very scary terrorist individuals have made that kind of their base through Iran, through the entire network. I think that
No. They're training people there because they have access to guns and all that kind of stuff because of the drug trade. So they trade skills and money and that kind of shit and drugs. Because one of the things that Iran does, just like Syria, is dump drugs into their enemy territories to slowly undermine the populace. They've been doing it to the United States, like we talk about China and the precursors to fentanyl and all that kind of stuff. You could argue that the cartels want this kind of managed damage so that people stay alive and become good customers over a while, over the course of their lives, and they keep them alive and hooked as long as possible. But in the Middle East, with Captagon and fucking Cot mixed together, everybody on both at the same time, half of them are just using it to keep their soldiers awake nonstop so they can kill people, and the other half is trying to feed them enough of the Captagon so that they fucking snap and kill their own friends.
It makes a whole lot of sense for them just to say, look, this is what's going on. But they decided to go another route, and
Another route? You mean deception, lies?
Mm-hmm. I really don't know. I know that they are very, very justified in what they are doing with a lot of these boats, and
with a lot of them. How many out of the whatever 9? What do you mean by a lot? 6 of them. The other 3 were just innocent people being murdered, or are you going like half boats? Like half the boat was full of people who were trafficking drugs. The other half were people who had thought they paid a coyote to take them to someplace else, or literally were forced to carry that stuff and unpack it for the safety of their own family, or were being forced into the gang. What do you mean by a lot?
They've talked about since day one when they started designating multiple groups, not only in Venezuela, but in Mexico. I think on day one of President Trump's administration, he designated multiple cartels as terror organizations.
Right, because of the authorized use of military force and the power that it gives him by calling them terrorists to attack them like they're terrorists. They aren't terrorists. They don't fit the definition. They fight amongst each other. Some of them may, threaten police or something because they're controlling the corridors of drugs and that kind of stuff, both in the United States and down south. But the Maduro linked cartels are not gonna fly a fucking plane into a goddamn building. They're not gonna blow up the Oklahoma City building. They're not gonna charge up the fucking Capitol steps on January 6th.
And then a couple of more from Venezuela have followed onto that. So what he's basically done there is he's declared them enemy combatants.
Okay, I want to get.
Yeah, that doesn't mean they are. You do realize that, right? That part of what makes America America is our rule of law and our constitutional rules. And if you can't fight crime by committing crimes. You just criming.
To the terror organizations here in a second, but first, let's stick with the drug cartels, because that's what he's hanging his hat on. And I don't think this is about the drug cartels. I really don't. I think that might have been the entry point. But explain who the what is it? The League of the Suns or the Cartel of the Suns? Explain that, because when you think Cartel of the Suns, you think S-U-N. Sun. It's not. It's S-O-N-S.
No, it's actually S-U-N. It's Cartel of the Sun.
Correct? Sons. Sons of whom?
No, it's
Anarchy.
actually the opposite. It's S-U-N. It's the
All right, well, points. That's why he's the head researcher, and that's why he's the Guy Fieri stunt double.
Cartel of the Suns.
It is.
It's
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Because of the medallion or the
Exactly.
the general's stars. That's right. That's right. Okay.
Yep. It's like a nickname.
Explain that.
They never actually declared themselves, we are the Cartel of the Suns. They never really said that. That was a
It's an exonym.
nickname because so many people high level within the military inside Venezuela were part of this narco terror group. And
As head writer and researcher for Glenn Beck, perhaps inform him of these details before the show. I'm fucking kidding. I don't know.
were getting kickbacks, and it was alleged that some of them were actually giving orders specifically all the way down the food chain. But their generals, I think it's maybe colonel and up, or maybe general and up. I think it's general and up. Instead of stars, they have a little sun insignia. So like 3 suns, like a 3-star general, or on.
Well, technically speaking, a sun is an actual star. It's just a singular, and there's one close to us. What we call our sun is just another star to someone else, and to the Romulans or some shit.
On and so forth. That's why they were given that nickname, because they are part of this group and they are part of the military. Now, the head of that snake is Maduro. So he gives the orders down to the generals give the orders down. So that's how they were able to classify the entire government, in a sense, as part of this cartel.
Well, that's sweet. So basically, by some of them or most of them being corrupt or whatever, and because the civilian leadership of that country controls the military, technically, the corruption is owned by anybody above them. So if they commit a crime, it's because they were directed by... Okay, so Trump can go to jail. Good. Okay, good to know.
This entire terror group. And that is where, Glenn, it gets kind of interesting when it looks like constitutionally, what can they pull off? What can they do as far as military action when the head of the snake...
Declare war on Venezuela?
Who is the head of this cartel, allegedly, is the one giving these orders, then that really kind of frees them up to do whatever they want when it comes to...
Right, because this...
Yeah, but since it's if you're saying the head of the cartel is the head of the country, and this is the military, and they may work hand in glove with the cartels, you're still declaring war on the fucking country. You're like, we're not killing the head of the country, we're not killing your president, we're killing the head of a drug cartel. It's our fault that it's the same guy, so we don't have to declare war anymore. We can just declare you a terrorist or a narcotics trafficker or whatever we want. And that, I mean, how far do we go before it's like FinSec bullshit or crypto, money laundering or whatever? Your president is the head of a giant money laundering organization. So we're not killing your president. We're killing the head of this terrorist linked money laundering group.
This cartel is a terror cartel. Explain the island and everything else.
Yeah, so the cartel is more involved with, it's more involved with drugs, but I say that.
Oops. Glenn, you what's the word I'm looking for? You suck at this.
But they're, these groups are...
You don't even read my papers anymore. You don't even read. I put them on. I wear my hat with the red lines on it, and I drop off the memo in the morning before you do your show, and you don't even glance at it anymore. You just suck up your Sonic milkshake, and then you just blather for hours until you get to the commercial break, and you don't even care about all the writing I do, and the reading, and all the YouTube videos I have to watch and rewatch because I don't understand them.
Absolutely, in the true sense of the definition, terror organizations, the way they operate.
Right.
But the terror...
That's just their money. That's just where they make their money.
Right, and then, but it goes way beyond that, as you're talking about. Like, there is Margarita Island. There's an island just off the coast of Venezuela.
Do they waste away again there?
Where Iran sends people to train there, to be stationed there. The Venezuelans come down.
Why aren't we just surrounding the Margarita Islands then, and leave Venezuela alone if that's where they're going?
Groups like Tren de Agra and others to
Tren de Agra.
In there, sometimes going from Margarita Island all the way back to Iran to get more specialized training. Then they come back. Who knows where they go from there? Possibly.
I'm going to go with, I don't know, Disneyland?
In the United States,
Possibly the United States. I would say that was my second guess.
who knows? They've held
I don't know. Maybe know before you talk out of your ass.
meetings, secret meetings inside Venezuela with the top scariest of the scariest terrorists.
Are they scary though? They're scary, aren't they? It's scary. If they're top secret meetings with the scariest of the scary, how do you know about them? And is it, should we be scared in secret?
To meet with Chavez, and then who knows later, potentially even Maduro.
Who knows? Never mind the fact that Chavez is not in there anymore and Maduro is and stuff, and it would kind of matter. Like, can you declare war on a country for who used to run the place? That's fun.
This is a terror hub. This is also a terror hub that is which I just described is working with Iran, but also Russia. Russia sends submarines to guard. They did this back in 2018 to show support, military support for Maduro. China is funding a lot of their stuff through oil. Russia is sending tankers to transport Chinese Venezuelan oil to China. Glenn, it's all part of the network. And as you're talking about this,
is there a fee to join this network? Can I pay annually, because I don't like month to month?
goes way beyond anything where you just talk about narco groups coming from Venezuela to the United States. It is so much more integrated into that. And
Kind of like Iran-Contra. Sure.
I agree with you. I think the Trump administration just lay it all out on the table. Say,
yeah, do it. Just explain it to everybody. I'm sure everyone, once they hear the real details, will be all in on this shit.
this is what's going on. Congress wouldn't really even be able to talk. The Democrats.
Yeah, they would.
They wouldn't even really be able to counter any of it. It would.
Yeah. How could you counter secret meetings with the scariest of the scaries? Game, set, match. Mic drop. Are you scared now?
So obvious. They should just do it.
Help me out on the
English language?
On the story that came out this weekend that said that Russia and China are kind of laying low here. What is
laying low? China's going broke and Russia's fucked.
that tell you?
And going broke.
It tells you a lot. For one, Russia's got a multitude of problems that they're dealing with.
Since when? They're best buddies in the White House.
They can't really lend support. They don't have it. They don't even have the military power to complete what they want to complete within Ukraine.
Ouch. You're saying this on the blase?
Plus, they're trying to make moves towards this peace agreement. Putin wants a way out of this war just as much as Zelensky does.
No. If he did, he'd just leave. It'd be over like that.
Both sides want it. Now the question is, how do they do it and both make it look like to their own people that they're the ones that won the war and won the negotiation? So, I mean, everything that's been coming out with the Ukrainian peace deal, I see this as just regular negotiations. It's getting leaked, and you're going to see a lot more of this as it goes on. But the important thing there is that they're actually working towards it. And China as well has got their own problems. Most of it trade. They're not going to screw with Trump. That was very obvious when they tried to pull out their last minute. Oh, we're borrowing all rare earth elements from everyone else. And then Trump said, "Oh, I don't think so," and then made them pull back. So they don't want to screw with Trump.
And then they almost single-handedly destroyed our soybean farmers in one fell swoop, and Trump had to go and kiss Xi's ass.
The Trump administration right now either. So they're going very hands off. So, I mean, to me, it looks like a masterclass.
You have to actually be able to have hands on to go hands off. You actually have to, it's like, you can't be irresponsible if you don't have any responsibilities to start with.
Trump,
or you're incapable of being responsible.
Administration, they're doing everything that they're supposed to do, and it's all going in the direction, their kind of grand design for where they want this to go, which is kind of like a rebirth of the Monroe Doctrine if you really think about it.
Yeah, Trump's basically George Washington, if you really think about it. Or if you don't think at all. Or if you've suffered a circumstance where you've lost oxygen to your brain.
They're ejecting all foreign influence. The most worst of our adversaries that are out there that are just embedded in South America, they're dealing with that. which we haven't been able to say that for how long, Glenn?
We've been, I don't know, we've been doing it every administration, at least since the 60s.
A long time. And it's going that direction.
I know. Okay, so let me...
Instagram might shut off after the first hour, Andrea. It might drop off. It only lets you stream an hour, maybe.
Let me go to the next piece, which is he's just banned air travel.
No, he hasn't.
And said the skies are off limits for everybody.
No, he doesn't have the ability to do that. There are planes from a bunch of different countries flying over Venezuela right now.
Say that's to stop anybody from escaping. Maduro was just presented.
Because God knows you can't drive out of that country. 6 different directions.
With hey, you should get out now while you can. And Maduro said, I want amnesty for me and my family for any crimes. And I want to retain control of the military. I would imagine that Trump might have said yes to the amnesty thing, but you're not controlling the military after. No, that doesn't go to you. Do you think Maduro is close to caving here? And if so, where does he go?
Yeah, I think he's very close to caving. He's probably going to go to Russia or China, I would assume.
Yes, apparently Vladimir Putin is collecting dictators left and right. It's, I think if he collects all 5, he gets a free yogurt.
Those 2 countries, and he's got quite the nest egg. You can look up all the family members from either Maduro, Chavez going on. I mean, they're multi-millionaires. A lot of these kids and spouses and girlfriends. How's
that possible? He was a bus driver.
I know, right?
No, socialism is neat, kids. Socialism is neat.
But yeah, I think amnesty is probably the top of his list, and I'm sure that would probably be offered up and given in some form. Retaining power of the military is not on the table at all because
really, honest to God, this is ridiculous that they'd even bring this up or that Maduro would bring this up. But this sounds exactly like something Trump would go, well, there's some people who've said this is a good way to go. Some dude named Maduro thought this would be a great idea.
What he'll end up doing is he'll go away for 5 years. He'll come back, or he'll pick a successor that will then take control of the Venezuelan military, and they'll just rinse and repeat and retake back control of the entire country. So that is not going to happen. But
so far, by the way, I do not feel like I've gotten the answer to everything on this one. This does not explain everything at all.
Feet are definitely to the fire right now if they're even at the point of negotiating this part of the deal. So that's why I think that it's very, very possible that we see something amazing on this front very, very soon.
Oh, that'd be great. All right, let me switch topic.
Oh God, I don't know if I've got another topic from these dickheads in me.
It's kind of to Mark Kelly. I want to place.
All right, this bullshit. Where they're whinging about the fact that Mark Kelly's saying you don't have to obey an illegal order, which has always been the truth. Real quick, there is, I really wish. I don't even need to do this video. I feel like the thumbnail says it all.
I like wood, deeper and longer.
You know what I mean? Tucker, you're going to get so fucking arrested after this. What? Sorry, did they do a podcast in a men's room? I will be your father figure. Put your tiny hands in mine. I will be the one who loves you till the end of. Hold on. Where is this? Yeah. So let me jump into this one. This goes to the Kash Patel report from the Washington Post through what's left of the brains of Megyn Kelly, ladies and gentlemen. It's Glenn Beck as eye candy. The same dumb ideas, the same belligerent bullshit, the same enjoying the smell of her own business, or like liking her own brand of farts. But in a more attractive, telegenic veneer would be the idea. What's behind brutal Kash Patel report on his vanity by Miranda Devine, New York Post with Mark Halperin? So everybody's in on this one.
The FBI report she references confused me
Me too.
because this is what
Was it the multisyllabic words? Is that what it was? Gets you every time, doesn't it? If you're having a headache or something, maybe sit down and put your head between your knees, your own knees, Father.
her headline is opinion. Damning report labels FBI rudderless ship under Kash Patel with him and Dan Bongino more.
No BS, no agenda, no fear. I don't know. It sounds like she's bullshitting right now, and I feel like she does have an agenda. It sounds like we're going to hear an agenda emerge from this.
Concerned with building personal resumes, which is a quote. And then she bases her report.
Oh, is Megan sick? Sorry, Megan. Sorry you're sick. I think I detect a lozenge.
On, it's called a 115 report, quote, source reporting and analysis of the FBI under the leadership of FBI Director Kash Patel, a pulse check for the first 6 months. 4, U.S. Senate Committee on the Judiciary and Chairman Chuck Grassley, and U.S. House Committee on the Judiciary.
I've been waiting for this report for 6 goddamn months. Let me tell you what, I'm Chuck Grassley.
And Chairman Jim Jordan by the National Alliance of Retired and Active.
Boy, I gotta say, since Trump took over the White House, we have seen the one upside, I would say, is we've heard a lot less from fucking Jim Jordan. Now, it might be, the fact that he's got his own sex scandal from, his engagement in support of abuse when he was at OSU, but also with the Epstein files, he can't. It's particularly it's a Gordian knot of things with metallurgical things, whatever. It's not good for Jim Jordan, is what I'm trying to say.
Duty, FBI special agents and analysts. So I remain unclear on whether this was requested by the Senate committee, whether this is just a bunch of ex-FBI people who are disgruntled and...
Yeah, these fucking ex-FBI guys, you know how they are.
Predictably don't like Dan and Kat.
Yeah, because they're assholes and unqualified. That's predictable, you're right.
Or what this is. Sounds so official. I don't understand whether it is, but...
Maybe ask her?
What we do know is it's very nasty. It really goes out...
Oh, like you. Like Trump said you were. With blood coming out of your whatever, right? Trump called you nasty. So that kind of nasty, or, Miss Jackson kind of nasty?
After Kash, they have a passing shot at Dan Bongino trying to...
Well, yeah, it's just not really worth a full shot, I guess.
Diminish him, but mostly it's focusing on Kash Patel. And the thing that they're really zeroing in on is what they say is a vanity, I guess, of his. A vanity. That they talk about how when he flew out to the Charlie Kirk...
Yeah, tell the story. Yep, lozenge. I had a bit of a sore throat this weekend, so I got a keen eye for lozenges.
Staging, like the FBI staging in the wake of it. He was insistent on getting an FBI jacket brought to him on board the plane before he disembarked, and that he apparently did not have his own, quoting here, FBI raid jacket with him. He refused to step from the plane without wearing one. That FBI special agents at the Salt Lake City...
Hold on. Fuck you. He doesn't have an FBI raid jacket. He doesn't go on... He's the FBI director. He doesn't go on raids, you fucking moron. He doesn't deserve one. He wanted one so he could steal valor from the people who actually do kick in fucking doors against armed suspects. He doesn't deserve to wear one. It's stolen valor. It's like fucking... If Hegseth, because he was made head of Department of War, demanded to have a military uniform with all the medals and all the bars and stars that McCarthy had. MacArthur, rather, not McCarthy. MacArthur.
Office busy working on the Kirk case, quote, had to stop and ask...
It's like if he asked Dan Raisin Kane to give him his jacket when they get off there. I want these people to look at how many medals I got. There aren't your medals. Fuck you. Go find me some medals.
Around to find an FBI raid jacket, a medium-sized one that would fit. When a jacket belonging to a female agent was delivered to Patel on the plane, he complained that, quote, 2 areas on the upper sleeves did not have Velcro patches attached. And then...
reading this a little faster maybe will help get you through it. It's not gonna suck less because you're kind of like wading through.
He would not leave the plane, quote, until he had 2 patches to cover those areas, quote. So members of an FBI SWAT team took patches off of their uniforms and ran those patches over to Patel at
Community patches. I think we call that a participation ribbon, don't we?
the airport. The patches were then attached to the loaner FBI raid jacket, and Patel disembarked from the plane. The director was not happy with the way the investigation was going. He had an expletive-filled tirade, whatever. All that's kind of ridiculous. Of course, people yell in these tense times, but...
Yeah, it's the times. Yeah, it totally is. It's not the fact that they're yelling because they have no fucking idea what's going on. They don't even know the job enough to know whether it's being done right or not.
The jacket story, if true, it's not great.
No.
It's fucking pathetic. It's gross. It's whingy and cringy, and it's also stolen valor. It's also taking the work of people who endanger their lives for the safety of their fellow Americans all the fucking time for granted and wearing it as cosplay. You fucking moron.
I had the same reaction you did too. Like, I'm reading this story. I've read my share of stories about stuff like this. I don't remember this kind of quasi-official anonymous report that's handed over like that. I just don't remember anything quite like that. Not just with the FBI. I don't remember anything like that. They wrote like a serious, rigorous report with all these details, but it's not official, but it's kind of official. And then
maybe know what the fuck you're talking about before you start talking about it. It's crazy.
Again, the question of Miranda. She's the only one, as far as I know, who's reported this so far. She's not anti-Trump. She doesn't write for an anti-Trump publication. And yet, with a few, to be sure, paragraphs of positive things, it's a very negative story. It's a very negative report. So
maybe reality is to blame.
You got to ask yourself, how did this thing get done? And how did it end up with Miranda? And how did Miranda decide to write it up?
I think it's them. I think they are doing it. The people that you're not supposed to talk about who do they stuff.
These are not the only stories like this about Kash Patel.
Right. So why would it be a fucking surprise?
There's other stories, but most of them have circulated in, places like the Washington Post and New York Times. So it's a bit of a mystery, but you're seeing the same.
It's not a mystery at all. You have her fucking number.
Things with Pete Hegseth and to some extent with Kristi Noem, which is again, it's not liberal media. It's people who love the president, who care about the president, who are using different outlets, in this case the New York Post, to put out there's problems. It's hard to escape the conclusion that the people are motivated by a desire to get the president to make a change in personnel, and he's not done that yet, and it's not clear if these will have an impact.
You know what though? It's always.
It's so much. I don't even know why I even care about this anymore. I mean, what are we all here for? Like, why am I even I've got a sore throat, and I don't even feel well, and I shouldn't even be here. And yet, why do we even have to talk about this? It's not like I have his number and Bongholio's number, and I could bring them both on to verify or not this story. I know Miranda personally. I've had her on my show, but really, why should I even have to do stories like this? I don't even feel good that I want to do this.
Today we had a decision from the Third Circuit Court of Appeals before we came on the air, saying that Alina Habba cannot be the acting U.S. attorney for the district.
Yeah, something to do with incompetent and stupid and. I think, what was the word they used? Fuckhead, right?
District in New Jersey. And this is separate from the Tish James and James Comey challenge, which is still making its way up to the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals. And we'll see whether that court affirms the lower court decision that
they will.
Too, was that the prosecutor there was also not appointed correctly. That's Lindsay Halligan. So this is a separate thing. It's Alina Habba. She was Trump's personal lawyer, and he made her acting U.S. attorney. Within the
acting
district in the Northeast that answers to the Third Circuit Court of Appeals. Third Circuit Court of Appeals came down unanimously, 3-judge panel, saying they don't have the power to appoint her. She's got to go. She was not properly appointed. She's not the proper U.S. attorney.
And she's also a big dum-dum and a fuckhead. That's their words, not mine.
This is not a great decision for Trump. It's not a great decision to the extent it gets considered by the Fourth Circuit.
It's great for America, though. I would like to point that point. It's great for, the judicial system and the existence of a functioning judiciary that it's happened. Yeah, that would be.
Deciding something similar, though not identical, with Lindsay Halligan. But the first thing I did when I got it, Mark, was to look at who are the judges, who was appointed, who were they appointed by. And in today's day and age, what you need to see is not just a Republican president. You need to see Trump.
Yes, it's only good if he handpicked them, because you can't expect Republicans years ago to have picked qualified people who know what the fuck they're doing. I mean, we always knew that wasn't true, even though Meg was selling that to everyone.
That it was a Trump appointee, if Trump has any fighting chance. If you see George W. Bush appointee,
Oh, that's not, for the record, even his own appointees are telling him to go pound sand. So I'd like to say that's not a lock either, dum-dum.
H.W. Bush appointee, Reagan, you're not going to see it. You might as well see it be a Barack Obama judge. It's almost that bad.
Almost. They might even be black.
They all hate Trump. And that court was 2 W appointees and an Obama appointee. So not surprisingly.
Wow. A wow judge. Like 2 W's and an O.
Knew how it was going to go. And that's exactly how it went. And that's kind of.
Yeah, but you knew how it was going to go because of the paperwork they filed, not because of who the judges were. Because of the charges themselves. Like if you have any objectivity left at all, you can clearly see that this is a politically motivated attack, that they were trying to file charges, that they jumped around, with their giving, like the grand jury denied on a charge, but they refused to tell that, and they only carried one forward, lied to the court about it. I mean, you could see it coming.
It
was obviously political. They're obviously doing it just so they could get something in before the statute of limitations ran out in a week.
See a lot of the Republicans leaking on Trump, because clearly this came from somebody who's more, I think, right-wing aligned. They went to Miranda. I could be wrong, but
you are.
It's not just Miranda. I see some of these reporting in other right-wing papers.
Uh-oh. The worm has turned.
And I think it's the Bush era people who.
That's right. That's the biggest enemy. You know what you should do? Start attacking Republicans all the time. That'd be a good idea. I mean, if you think about it, Democrats aren't even your biggest foe. It's the call is coming from inside the House, Megan. So you should probably spend the next year, I think, attacking Republicans. Like, hey, call the people at TYT and they'll teach you how to do that kind of bullshit.
And just because.
Just backbite your own side.
They're part of the Trump administration in some way, shape, or form, like they're currently at the FBI, does not mean that they're pro-Trump. And if you were there, even if you're a Republican, but you're a more George W. Bush Republican, you might go to the Post or the Wall Street Journal in particular.
Okay, this isn't... Okay, you can't leak a lie, dipshit. All right, I'm ending on this. Megyn Kelly. Attention, Megyn Kelly. You can't leak a lie. If this is leaked, it's true. If they're just lying, they're just lying. It doesn't matter where the fuck it came from. Lies can come from anywhere because they have no anchor. But if it's true, it can be leaked. If they got a report made and it's all full of lies, and then somebody else took that thing full of lies and released it to somebody, they're not leaking that either. They're just lying. So if this is a leak, if someone close to the president or a high-ranking Republican or somebody on their staff or something like that gave it to fucking Miranda Devine, the queen of Hunter Biden books, at the New York fucking Post to write up a story about how, Kash Patel and Bongholio are shitting the bed daily, endangering the lives of FBI agents, wasting time and resources, self-aggrandizing during genuine cases that require genuine expertise and genuine work, and they have no fucking idea how any of it, like how the FBI works at all. It's a farce. Then it's not a lie. It's you hate it because it was leaked, because it's true.
And leak something very damaging to Trump, so it will look like it's, right on right violence. It'll look more credible to the right wing, that is.
Excuse me. So I'm going to sneeze, and it's turning into a cough, and it's bothering me. It's going to sneak up on me. I know it. Excuse me. So, Meg, you got another lozenge anywhere around there? I think I have some. Hold on. Some new guitar pick. That's no good. Rubber chicken. Singer spray. Okay, that'll work. Yeah, sorry. Okay. Was that on? Was the note solid? Guys, wonder how scared her daughters. Oh well. You caught Megan's cold. I know. I can't be this close to these idiots for this long. But
you really.
Yeah. So let me just end there. Fuck it. You can't leak a lie. One of the longest running and greatest Sparksisms that exist, I will say. Someone's lying, they're just fucking lying. If they leak something that's damaging, it's only damaging because people know the truth. And the idea that there's some sort of subversive, right-wing group that's not as right as Trump, but more right on other stuff that's threading this thing through so the deep state is completely fucking right wing, and now they're feeding it up to Chuck Grassley's office so somebody there can sneak it to Miranda Devine so she can write about it in the Post. Yeah. So if you get a chance to send this video to Megyn Kelly, make sure she knows. And even to Halpern. Although I don't normally like my videos sent to people who lost their job because of sexual harassment. Even if they do go on Megyn Kelly's show who had to quit her job because of sexual harassment. The irony. But if you get a chance and you run this over to her account on Shitter or wherever she hangs out, or Halpern himself, I'd like to say to both of them, you can't leak a lie. A lie is a lie. Doesn't matter where it came from, or how it came out, or what, how it made its way out into the public sphere or the zeitgeist. Doesn't matter. It's still a lie. But if something has been leaked, it's true. And if you're mad because the truth leaked, I think it was Mark Twain who said, "Get fucked, loser." So other than that, I have no opinion on everything else. Hit the like, by the way. And I would like to say that I would like to give Andrea and CSL the 5 Eggs Award.
5 eggs!
Because they've just been working overtime while I've been away. And appreciate you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. We're going to have our regular Wednesday show. I'm not sure what the guest situation will be, but it'll be a surprise for me as well. I think Phil is either traveling or he might still be in the United States. So it might just be you and me. Might just be us. Might just be, and I know that's horrifying to some of you. I get it. But give me a chance, and I'll try and keep it as interesting as I possibly can. A little bit, okay? Just a little bit interesting. This goes out to Megyn Kelly, Greg Kelly and drag. I don't know how that works. And appreciate you guys. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. Share the show, etc., etc., etc. Where's my end window? I have an end window. There it is.
The screen glows bright with a crooked smile. Words spill out. All venom, no style. Promises made, they rot in the air.
Thanks for subscribing, Scott. Thanks, Sig, Smokey, Sarah. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Mr. Miami. Thank you, Angry Funny. Thank you, Mr. Webcast. Thank you, Steeper. Thanks for being members, guys. I need to talk to Driftglass and Blue Growl pretty soon. We'll have to work that out as well. You guys are awesome.
This is some bullshit. We see through it. This is some bullshit. Can't undo it.
it. That actually works. All right. We're having a party in here.
Golden thrones built on stolen cash. We raise our fists. We break the mold.
I like wood.
Your house of cards.
Deeper and longer.
Getting old.
What?
Static hums, the wires ignite. Truth's a bomb, we're ready to fight.
I had a beat off.
Transvestites.
This is some bullshit.
Captain's log.
We see through it. This is some bullshit.
River.
Can't undo it. Say it loud. We won't quit.
Leon getting larger.
Some bullshit.
I'm dead, sexy. Hail to the king, baby.
Would you classify that as a launch problem or a design problem?
Groovy.
You are physically repulsive, intellectually retarded, vulgar, insensitive, selfish, stupid. You have no taste, a lousy sense of humor, and you stink.
He's you real nice. If I didn't have puke breath, I'd kiss you.
Portos, motorheads, geeks, sluts, bloods, wastoids, dweebies, dickheads. They all adore him. They think he's a righteous